Sithokozani bogogo nomkhulu salukwazi indoda lezogogo bathini bathi mawuvula kuvala emzini madoda u-Auntie Usha. Hey, today's topic, I'm expecting a lot of insults, and already I'm asking myself that if you don't concur with issues of traditional stuff, and if you are a pure Christian, and you don't want to be disturbed in your corner, why then to disturb others in our corners? I thought deep about this topic, as I do with other topics, and I agreed with myself, I'm going to do this topic now. I'm ready for it, and I'm going to deliver it the best I can possibly can. Today I'm saying never depend on God. Never. Never. And why I'm saying that is I've seen lots and lots of people struggling, allowing bad things to happen to their lives in the name of uNkulunkulu will make a plan. God will do this. God will deal with them. God will do this. There are people who are faced with enemies, self-appointed enemies. There are people who are faced with complications of a calling. There are people who are faced with losing their jobs. There are people who are faced with marriages ending. There are people who are experiencing bad luck left, right, and center. And when you listen to those people, they will say to you, or rather you hear them saying, God will make a plan. Guys, let me tell you something. You will wait forever, because depending on which God you are referring to. But if we were to refer to the general God that all of us talks about, this giant, this creator of heaven and earth, and we go down on our knees and we say, God this, God that, God this, God that, and we go and fold our arms while things are unfolding in front of our eyes, and we're saying, uNkulunkulu sithanda sonke, God love us all. And are you aware that when you say uNkulunkulu sithanda sonke, that you also include your enemies? There's a lot of contradiction that we have with this theory of God. And it's damaging us psychologically and physically and financially, because we wait and wait and wait, and sometimes, and most of the time, help doesn't come. We're just waiting. I was talking to a lady at Namibia, whom it happens that she's very streetwise, especially when it comes to issues of politics, like anything that we can talk about. She does, have a knowledge. She's very outspoken, and also in denial of her calling. And I was saying to her, when you go to the court of law, you are asked to ask for God so that you can tell nothing but the truth, so help me God. But the same court can find you guilty about something that you didn't do, but based on the evidence that is on their disposal. And they won't consider the issues of God, meaning they won't ask for intervention of God to say, God, is he telling the truth or not? So God is involved exactly at the beginning of your trial. However, when the judgment comes out, God is nowhere to be heard or seen in the picture of court. Here's another example. You go to church or you hear Christians saying that everything happens by the plans of God. Nothing happens by the plans of a human being. But the same Christian, if you were to take their property, or you were to take their lives, or the lives of their loved ones, they will say justice must take its place. Justice must happen to you. They don't bring God in to say, okay, no, leave him. It's God's plan that he killed that person. We always go down on our knees and pray and pray and pray. It's okay with that, depending with the God of your understanding. However, sitting down and doing nothing in the name of you are waiting for answers, you are waiting for God to do something, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. You can see ukuthi your marriage is falling apart. Uyaphela umshado. You're waiting for God. You're waiting for God. The God you have never seen, but you have heard about and you believe so much to him. Because our faith have moved from believing that whatever I do, God will give it strength, to whatever I do, God will finish it. Guys, Christianity makes us lazy. I know of people that I left in certain churches that I once thought I was attending when I did not see the light. You see the guys who are picking chairs at church, who are making sure that everything is organized, everything is fine. The sound guy, the what, the what. Are we aware that those people are not working, most of them? And what are we saying about it? What are we saying about it? I really thought I should make this video because I got tired of people that are going to church every Sunday and all they do is to criticize the traditional way of doing things. We are believing in demons and everything. But here's one thing. If you believing in ancestors, you are believing in a generation that you know, or one of your family members, they know about that person, that you think that person will give you blessings. There was culture before Christianity, and we survived with that culture. We survived with that culture. There was wealth that was aligned with that culture. And things started happening when the Christianity was introduced to us. That's why I'm saying that do not depend on God. Trust me, you are going to wait forever, because there is nothing that is going to come from earth, from the heavens to you. God is not going to write the assignment for you. God's not going to fix that marriage for you. God's not going to fix that business for you. I know of businesses. They started well and everything. And then you hear somebody saying that everything happens because of God. No, it did not happen because of God. It happened because of you had skills for it. You had a budget for it. I thank God that I have achieved this award as a singer. I wouldn't have made it without God. No, you have made it because of you are a great singer. You are investing your time in your lyrics, your beats, whatever that it puts together a beautiful melody at the end of the day. You did it. I hear people saying that, it's by the grace of God that I've stopped drinking alcohol. I can now focus into my life. I can now focus to my family. No, you have made a decision. Why do we always take credit to where it's not due? Well, you took a decision. Where was God the time you were destroying your family? The same God that we are saying that loves all of us, the time your family, your partner was going through shit because of your addiction in alcohol, where was God? Where was God? When you were losing your job, to find yourself where you are now, going down on your knees and praying and say, God, please help me. Where was he when you were going through those troubles? It's because you are going through those troubles because of it was your decision. It was a decision that you have made, and now you have a new decision that you are taking. You are taking a decision to stop doing whatever you were doing and do what is right. People are not growing in appreciating themselves. To me, I can able to see somebody that does not have self-love by somebody who always refer their achievement to God. Everything that we refer to God. How many times, and this thing of referring to God, even the people who are believing in ancestors, you'll never hear somebody, or it's rare to hear somebody saying thanks to my ancestors. Everybody thanks to God. It's like when you believe into God, you fit in. Yeah, when you are a good person. That's why you hear people saying, I need somebody who's God fearing. You want somebody that is able to fear a person or a cult or a creature, whatever you call it, that they have never seen, but they are not fearing themselves to do a right or wrong thing. They just do things. And when Gogo Batini comes and say, I worship ancestors, I believe in ancestors, I believe in Muti, it's like it's a taboo. It's like, who is this person? Hi, you can't talk like that and everything. It's fine. It's my belief system. But today I'm saying that continue believing in God while things are going out the window. It's up to you. My advice will say to you, revisit your belief system to understand what does believe means, to understand what does faith means. Because at this moment, on the pace that you are going with at this moment, we have a problem. I've never seen a church that is so dedicated in making sure that everybody in that congregation, they go to bed with something on their stomach. Yes, I'm not talking about the small churches. Small churches, they are more like just a gathering of people, worshiping the same believer and everything. Let's go to big churches. Big churches. Who do you know, or which church do you know, whereby somebody have lost their job, and the church, they've made sure that they have a budget out of the contribution that the same person that is losing their car, they've also contributed at, just to assist that person for their car not to be repossessed. Which church do we know? Guys, it is up to us. It is up to us. Witchcraft is a reality. The problems that you are faced with, they need multi-interventions. Then continue worshiping your God. But the fact that all you are focusing on at this moment, it's a prayer. Trust me, you will remember this video one day and say, I should have done something about my life. Things are going from worse to bad. When you are still saying that I'll go down on my knees, God will make a way. That way you will never come. Forget it. Forget it. I'll give you a typical example. We wanted to see the way forward on the so-called democracy that we were promised, freedom that we were promised. How many people are struggling at this moment? That freedom has arrived. That so-called freedom has arrived. How many of us are still struggling? How many of us don't have skills? How many promises were delivered to us in this country, South Africa? You see, it's the same as waiting for God. Why I'm saying that? Because the freedom we wanted, we did not know what's the meaning of freedom. That's why we don't see that this is not the freedom, because we don't understand what does the freedom means. So it's fine. Go back, go down on your knees. Your roof, it's linking. God will make a plan. You don't want to make a plan to find ways of fixing that thing. Your car is always involved in accident. God will make a plan. Your marriage is going down the drain. God will make a plan. Your business is failing. God will make a plan. Trust me. You see this thing? Muti. It works. Muti works. Muti works. You are faced with what? With enemies. You are about to lose your job at this moment. Your job is at stake as we speak. Whenever what you're believing in, God will make a plan. You are about to be arrested for something you have never done, or for something that you know, but you can't remember how did you get yourself into this. But what you're saying to yourself, God will make a plan. It's okay. It's okay. I believe you. Because that's your belief system. But all I'm saying to you, it's simple. It's simple, guys. It's simple. Do not believe in God. We are going to do a video to say, what is God of your understanding? Who's God? We'll do that video one day. But for now, all I'm saying is that do something. Stand up and smell the coffee. For how many years you've been praying? Almost every day I deal with people who are saying, Gogo, I'm going through this because of my family belief. We grew up in a Christianity thing. These things were never done, and these things are new to me, Gogo. I don't know where to start. Please assist me. So there are people that are not saying that because they are still stuck on that belief system. Imagine the struggles that their children are going to be faced. Because if I look at the problems that are faced by somebody who have always believed in ancestors, people who have always used Muti and everything, their lives are much better compared to those who used to believe into God, that God will do everything. Because by the time they stand up, everything is finished. Finito. Pelile. by the time they stand up, Lalela, it's way too late. Everything is finished. They've nothing. They are starting from the scratch, even if they haven't seen that things are falling apart. I remember I did this one consultation. I was telling this person to say, I see you with nothing. She laughed at me. She laughed at me. And she said to me, no, Coco, by the grace of God, I still have some stuff and everything. But it's just that I can see Nyana, Uguti, this thing. That's why I'm saying, let me try. She was here to let me try, Coco, to see if this thing works. Which means she doesn't believe that this one is not working. I'm making peace with it. It's not working. And I'm sealing it. And now I believe that this one is going to assist me. Because there is a difference between saying that, let me see. Let me drink this Coke and see if ever I will feel better. Then you say, yeah, we'll see. It's not going to work. Kosher. Here's the difference. Coke. This one I believe that's going to assist me. No matter what. Psychologically. This assists. So, here's the twist. Stop believing in God and start believing in yourself. Stop believing in God and start believing in yourself. When are you going to praise yourself? Why? Are you afraid that people will say you are blowing your own horn? If it's yours, who's going to blow it for you? It's hard time we see people to say, I've made it because I've studied. I went to school. I was studying. I ignored parties. I ignored men. I ignored girlfriends. I ignored drugs and alcohol. I was focusing on my books. I was studying. That's why I've achieved this. And I say thank you to myself. When are we going to say that? Why do we always take something and put it to someone, somewhere, right there? Whenever a person says to me, oh, Coco, you help me so much. Yo, Coco, my life is changing. Coco, I always say it's because of you did the right thing. It's because of the decision that you took and the belief that you had, my mutus will work for you. You took that decision. I say thank you for believing in yourself that this thing is going to assist you. I don't just say, don't you want to write a post on social media and tell them about me? That's why you'll never see that. Yes, you can read that on comments and everything, but you never, it's hard that you can. I think there were one or two people who were brave enough to talk about me on the social media in the positive compared to the negatives that other people are saying. Why? Because it's not about moi, it's about them. It's about them at the end of the day. So it is up to us. It is really up to us. Uguti, are you going to not believing in yourself until when? Until when? God's not going to come and take that alcohol into your mouth. No, you are going to make a decision. If you want to stop taking drugs, trust me, you are going to make a decision. Where is God while you are going through all the rubbish that you are going through? Where is He? But as soon as you stand up for your life, for yourself, you're going to see the difference. A huge difference. As soon as you stand up, as soon as you do something for yourself, you are going to see changes for yourself. And you are going to stand there and speak with so much confidence and say, I'm grateful that I was there for my child. My child is getting married today. My child is graduating today. It's because of I've made an effort as a parent. And I'm proud of myself as a parent. Why do you always wait for people to praise you for what you did right? Why do we always say, I wouldn't have made it if ever God was not on my side? No, because you were on your side. You took a decision. That's why you'll never hear somebody say, I wouldn't have made it if my healer was not there. I can't wait. I wish, please, if whoever want to kill me, please, I just want to hear that even if they can talk about Gogo Sibanibani somewhere, I can't wait to hear that somebody when they say, I'm who I am, where I am today because of my healer. My healer did everything for me. I know of people who have collected awards and all they can say is say, thanks to God. And then immediately I'll call them. I said, hey, yeah, God is great. Yeah, hey, Koko, yeah, uqinisile, hey, and everything. And we'll have that conversation. They don't see with Nyamamageta. Still, that person cannot see that. What is it that I'm trying to say? And others, those that don't want to pay. So, Nyamalapo, angilwe. Saluka sendo tukoko bathini bathi mafula kuvela emzini amadoda uAndy Usha. Guys, please, the donations of school shoes, please keep them coming. Keep them coming. We're waiting for it. We can't wait to see children going to school with at least, because it's a life transport. Shoes are the life transport, guys. ngesizulu kunalesisho esithi yazi ngiswele ngisho icathulo, meaning things are so bad. Doesn't mean physically shoes, but things are so bad that I don't even have shoes. It tells ukuthi how deep you are struggling. So please, guys, assist us. Please assist us in this campaign of school shoes. And it doesn't matter if these shoes are going to Limpopo or KwaZulu-Natal or Northwest or Mpumalanga. It doesn't matter. What the bottom line is, that one child, if we can assist that one child. Linda is doing this interesting campaign on social media, and he said, I was reading his post where he said, imagine if each and every one or a number of people can donate 2 rands a month. Imagine 100 people. If each donates 2 rand a month towards the foundation that is going to take is buy uniform. Imagine, guys, how many people are being scammed now as we speak. 99 rand a month in their accounts. They don't even see it. How many people understand how does the bank fees works, and who can account for that to say no, there's a 2 rand shortage in my account? How many? Almost none of us. Imagine. And Capitec, I don't know other banks, but I know for a fact Capitec can allow you to transfer or to do a debit order of every month of 2 rand. 2 rand. Guys, let's not be selfish, guys. Let's not be selfish. 2 rand a month. I think I'll ask him to do a post, and I'll post it in my Facebook with the banking details, guys. All we are asking for is a donation of 2 rand. Upondo nje ngenyanga. That can make a difference. Imagine if ever 1 million of employed South Africans can donate 2 rand towards this initiative. Thokozani.